My name's Ellen. If you're joining us today, it's because you're curious about AI and want to learn how to get started. Today, we're going to show you cool ways you can use the Microsoft Copilot app, both on your desktop and mobile device. Once you see some of the ways it can help you, you'll be surprised how much time you're saving hunting around for the answers. Before we get going here, we always want to answer the top question, which is, can I access Copilot? The answer is yes. Copilot is available in over 170 countries. So joining me today is our resident expert, Angelica Chewin, who will guide us through very practical uses of Microsoft Copilot. Let's start with some basics. Angelica, can you just give us a quick introduction to Microsoft Copilot, where we can use it? So everyone at home, if you haven't downloaded the app yet, you can follow along here to try to get it on your phone or practice it on your desktop.
Yeah, so there are a few ways to get to Copilot. One of the ways is through your browser. So I like to use Edge. And right in the browser, I love how it's integrated here on the top right corner. So you can chat with it while you're surfing the web conveniently. Also, this icon right here will take you to copilot.microsoft.com. You can chat there. If you don't already have the Copilot app pinned to your taskbar, you can download it on through the Microsoft Store or through the App Store on Mac.
Awesome. So now, hopefully, everyone at home has found a way to get to Copilot. It's also available on Android and iOS. So to use the basic chat function, you can actually log in with your personal Microsoft account, regardless of what subscription you have. Angelica, can you take us through how a beginner would think about why they should use Copilot chat?
Yeah, so just think of Copilot as your super smart friend that has an endless amount of knowledge. Today, there are dynamic ways you can use Copilot, like with voice and vision. So, with Copilot voice, you can ask questions and talk through things using natural language as an alternative to typing. Copilot vision is like having a second set of eyes while sharing your experience and getting help in real time. Instead of going through a bunch of web links to find the answer to a question, Copilot saves you time by answering questions directly and provides links to its sources. Now, you don't have to read or scroll through a blogger's life story before finally getting to the recipe at the bottom of the webpage. Let's ask Copilot for some recipe recommendations. What are some recipe ideas for a fall dinner party?
Mm.
Wow. So I have some options for starters, salads, mains, roasted beet, citrus salad, pear. Oh, you getting hungry, Ellen? This is pretty.
Um, yeah, that's definitely getting me in the holiday mood.
So you have plenty of things to choose from. And this really takes the stress out of planning a dinner party because there's so many things to think about. And the last thing I want to think about is what to make.
One thing I've appreciated when I use Copilot is that you don't have to have everything neatly tied in a bow when you are writing your request. Like you can start with kind of a half formed idea, and then as it's answering, you can kind of refine it and get to the point where you get where you want it to go.
Yeah, that's right. It doesn't need to be perfect. You can have half-formed thoughts and have Copilot do the rest. You can use natural speech as you type, and even better, you can literally just talk to Copilot on both desktop and mobile and converse with it the way you would with anyone else by pressing the microphone button. So you can also interrupt it when you need to. And just to refer back to, you can go back to the transcript right in the chat right after. So while I'm prepping for my dinner party, I just want to use my voice. So to do this, you are going to click on your pro pick here. you're going to go down to voice mode and you're going to enable this. And this will enable you to just address Copilot from your voice without pushing any buttons. So let's enable this toggle. Let's try it. Hey, Copilot.
Hey, Angelica. How's your day going?
Can everybody hear that okay?
Yeah.
Loud and clear. What's on your mind today?
All right. Can you read the ingredients list for the spiced pear galette?
Absolutely. The ingredients for a spiced pear galette typically include ripe pears, ground cinnamon, nutmeg, brown sugar, lemon juice, a pinch of salt, and a store-bought or homemade pie crust. You'll also need a bit of butter and an egg wash for that golden finish. Ready to start baking?
So while I'm being this crazy person in my kitchen trying to find everything in the cabinets, I can just listen to Copilot and find anything I want without having to type.
That's awesome. I was not a person in the past who used voice a lot. I didn't leave voice notes. Um, I didn't do speech to text in the past, but I think because of the way we search for information has really changed. Typing my questions over and over in a chat, especially when they're long-winded, um, sometimes is very inconvenient. So relying on voice has actually been a game changer for me, and I actually use it more because of it. So um, and being able to see the transcript after is also really cool. So I am using voice a lot now. Voice for Copilot is actually available for both free users and subscribers. But if you have a Microsoft 365 personal, family, or the new premium subscription, you will get priority access in the event that capacity is limited. So now we're going to pivot from voice to talk about vision, which actually works with voice. One thing I found super helpful on my mobile device when I'm using Copilot is I take a picture, I share it to Copilot, and then I ask questions about the picture. I've learned that my wardrobe color profile is deep winter. I've learned that the dripping thing in my garage might be condensation and not a leak. So there's a lot of great things you can do, with Copilot in that way. But I also noticed that there's a little eyeglasses icon next to the microphone when I am using voice. So I wanted to ask you a little more about it. Like, what are the eyeglasses? What does it do?
Yeah, so you found the vision function. This works with voice to really show Copilot what you're seeing. So you can ask any question you want about anything you see. So while you're shopping, you can ask it if a specific couch will fit in your living room or how to pick the right watermelon. So I'm going to demonstrate for you now how to do this on your mobile device. So, in the Copilot mobile app, to use Copilot Vision can see what you see. So, you just point your camera to anything that you want to ask about. Right now, I'm trying to redesign a room in my house and I want to add some greenery. So, I'm wondering what this plant is. So, you're going to press on the eyeglasses icon, share your screen, and I'm going to ask Copilot, hey, Copilot, what type of plant is this?
That plant in your basket is looking like a ZZ plant. Super sturdy, really glossy leaves, and pretty low maintenance. Let me know if you want any care tips.
What happened to its leaves and how can I help it?
It looks like a few of those leaves are just getting a little bit yellowed. Maybe a sign they need a bit less water or just a bit more indirect light. Overall, though, it's looking pretty healthy. Let me know if you need more tips.
Where do you recommend I place my ZZ plant for the best care in my house?
So your ZZ plant will be happiest in a nice spot with bright but indirect light, like maybe a few feet away from a window. They're pretty forgiving, so as long as it's not sitting in direct harsh sun, it should thrive.
Thanks, Copilot.
You're welcome. And that ZZ plant is looking pretty good overall. Just give it a cozy spot with a little indirect light, and you'll have a happy plant on your hands. Keep me posted.
And just like that, it's really easy to ask Copilot what you want to know about anything. Just point your camera and it'll give you answers.
I don't have any plants nearby, and that's because I killed them all. But now maybe I have a chance to have some plants in my house. So thanks for showing us that. I also noticed when you were doing the previous demo with the recipes that there is a vision icon on the desktop app as well, which we didn't get into, but I'd like to get into now. So, how does that work on desktop? Like, is it spying on me? Like, what's going on there?
No, Vision is not going to spy on you, so you don't have to worry. Copilot Vision doesn't retain any of the user inputs and it doesn't log images or page content that you provide. But once the session ends, all data is deleted. Vision works on any app you're using on your desktops. Just share your screen and ask Copilot questions about what you see. So just think of Copilot as a person that can help you shop or even tech support. And that brings me to the next demo, how to use Copilot Vision on your desktop. I'm trying to make sure that my computer is running smoothly throughout my workday, and I want to check on my storage settings and see where I'm at. Through the Copilot app, Copilot Vision can see what you see on your screen. So on the eyeglasses icon here, I'm going to share my screen.
Hey, Angelica, what's new?
Hey, Copilot. I want to see where I'm at on storage and just kind of check on where I am. And I just don't really know how to do that on my computer. Can you show me through settings how to get there?
Sure, I can assist with that. To check your storage, you'll need to go to the settings on your computer, then select System, and under that, look for Storage. Could you open your settings and let me know if you see these options?
Yeah, can you point to where I need to go next in my settings?
I've highlighted the Storage option on your screen for you. Click there to see details about your disk space and usage.
Thanks, Copilot. Great, thanks. Can you tell me what Storage Sense does?
Storage Sense automatically manages your storage by deleting unnecessary files, like temporary ones, and content that's available in cloud. It helps to free up space efficiently. You can customize how it works so files get deleted according to your preferences. Ready to give it a try?
Great, thanks.
You're welcome.
So my eyes can be really sensitive after working a full day at work. And when the sun goes down, the screen display is a little too bright for me. So I want to learn how to adjust this on my computer. So I'm going to go back into the Copilot app and again, share my screen with Copilot Vision.
Sure thing. I got you.
Hey, Copilot, can you help me with adjusting the display on my computer with brightness?
Let's adjust your display settings for more comfort at night. Just head to the Start menu, then go to Settings, click on System, and then select Display. Look for the brightness slider to tweak the screen brightness to your comfort level. Give it a try.
Can you show me where I can adjust the brightness and utilize any settings that help with filtering blue light?
I see the settings screen you're currently on. To adjust the brightness, use the brightness slider right below brightness and color. For blue light filtering, toggle the night light setting on to use warmer colors. You're all set to make your screen more comfortable.
Can you show me where the nightlight option is?
I've highlighted the night light toggle on your screen. Click on it to turn on blue light filtering. Give it a go.
Wow, that looks so much better. What else can I do with nightlight?
With Nightlight, you can adjust the strength to control how warm the colors appear, and you can schedule it to turn on automatically at sunset and off at sunrise, or set a custom time. This way, it helps reduce eye strain and improve sleep.
Wow, amazing. Thank you.
Glad you're happy with it. Nightlight can definitely make screen time easier on the eyes. Is there anything else you'd like to explore or adjust?
No, thank you. That's all.
Just to clarify for everyone, though, Copilot Vision didn't actually move your mouse and click on anything for you, right? That was you. It was like you
Right.
taking the action.
Yeah, so I'm the one who followed its directions and clicked along. What's really helpful is it'll highlight for you, but then you'll take the action to click. So I ultimately turned on storage sense and enabled the nightlight function.
Awesome. This is helpful because I think we all have those tasks where it's like, I know I've done this before, but I can't remember which button to expand my desktop to another monitor or to disconnect my Bluetooth or anything like that. And then, as you were saying before, if you're looking at a website and you turn on Vision from your Edge browser, it can help you find things on that, website, like where do I see my returns, my order return status or all those things. So,
Mhm.
like you said, it's really like having your tech savvy friend or family member who would otherwise be standing over your shoulder and pointing at your monitor. Copilot Vision is just like that. So I love it. Thank you so much. Copilot Vision is available in all supported languages and on Windows, Mac, mobile, and your Edge browser. Unlike voice, you actually have to be signed in with a Microsoft account to be able to access Vision. Everyone can use Vision if you have a personal account, including free users with limits. But the good news is Microsoft 365 personal or family users have higher usage limits to use Vision at no extra cost. If you want even more usage capability, we have just rolled out Microsoft 365 Premium so you can vision away to your heart's content. One of the questions we have is, can you use Copilot Vision with a work or school account?
So Copilot Vision you'll use with a personal Microsoft account only.
Okay. Um, here's another. How do I save or delete my past conversations with Copilot?
So Copilot will log your conversation history and it'll be about 18 months. So you can pick up where you left off. It's in the app, it's going to be from the left rail. You'll have all your conversations listed there. And then to delete a conversation, you can either right click or there's three dots next to each conversation where you can just delete from there. So pretty easy.
Cool. And then we have like, what is the difference of being signed into Copilot versus not being signed into Copilot? That's a good one.
So you'll need to be signed in to access Voice and Vision, and you'll get a limited number of tries to try it out as a free user. But then when you have a personal or family subscription, you could use it a lot more and you'll have different limits.
Um, Great. I think those are the main ones. Do you have, I'll toss you another one. Do you have your own favorite Copilot feature, whether it's one we've talked about here or not, but just one that you personally like to use?
I've been playing around with Researcher lately. So Researcher will write you research reports. I'm a little bit of a nerd and I like to read about science. So I will research things about space or microplastics or anything. Plants. I've been into, trying to be a gardener. So if anybody would like to, message me on LinkedIn or find me, email me, I would love tips on gardening. I am pretty good with the indoor plants. But I'm learning about native plants and what's really good for the pollinators, native landscapes, rain gardens. So that's one of my favorites. You can and check that out. There's also um, those agents are becoming really popular, so I've been playing around with those too. Do you have one, Ellen? What's yours?
Yeah, I think we've established I don't do any kind of gardening. The feature that I actually recently discovered is podcasts, which, if you are sometimes I'll drive my friends, younger kids around, and instead of trying to pick music to listen to, I actually asked Copilot to create a podcast about dinosaurs for like a 7-year-old or something like that. And it actually goes through and makes one, and I can kind of tweak it. I can ask it to make it, short and funny, and kind of all these inputs, and then download it and listen to it for later. So I think it's really good for getting sort of digestible content if you are really interested in topic like how you're talking about gardening. But if you're more of an audio audio focused person, I think it can be helpful, especially if you're driving in the car or something like that.
Yeah, you could,
So
instead of having to read it, you can listen to it. Yeah. And I want to remind the audience there are different, like with mine being researcher, there are different names in Copilot. You can use deep research, you can use think deeper to dig in more into subjects. So check those out. They're really fun to play with.
awesome. Well, that brings us to the end of today's session. So thank you, Angelica, for your expertise and insights. Thanks to everyone for joining us today. We'd love to know what features or scenarios you'd love us to spotlight in the next webinar by putting it in chat. And we also would love for you to take the survey so we can continue to make these more helpful for you. So we want to wish everyone a great day, and we'll see you next time.